Good morning, all of you. So, I'm Chetan Ahir from Computer Engineering Department. Today, we will see the very first uh, topic of your Embedded System and Internet of Things subject, that is Introduction to the IoT. So, nowadays, you all are using smartphones, Android gadgets. All these smart computing devices are connected through network. They are continuously exchange or sharing their data over the network. That is nothing but the IoT. IoT is Internet of Things. So everything is getting connected with the internet and continuously exchanging the information. That is the idea behind the IoT devices. So devices could be embedded systems or any computational or mechanical devices. So for their communication, there is no need of human intervention. So they can exchange information without interference of the human being. So how this thing works, what are the security measures, what are the different security aspects, then protocols, how these IoT devices is being designed, what are the policies to be followed, so different methods, and uh, at last the one interesting topic, that is Web of Things, how the cloud manages these IoT gadgets, that we will see in this entire subject or throughout this semester. Okay, so we'll start with the IoT. You can see Internet of Things is fully networked and connected devices sending analytics data back to cloud or data center. Means the different devices. What are the devices? Devices could be your smart gadgets, or they are electronic gadgets like mobile phones, washing machine, fridge, microwave oven, AC. So in day-to-day life, you all uses this kind of gadgets. So and the idea is they all are connected through the network, and they continuously sending the data. Where they send, either they send to data to each uh, each other or data centers. They collect the information only. After collecting information, server could analyze the data and give you the um, reports, results. Okay. So definition of Internet of Things is that it is a network in which every object or things is provided unique identifier and data is transferred through a network without any verbal communication. Okay. Here one more new term is added, that is unique identifier. To identify the gadget or device in the network, every device must have unique identifier. You have studied in the network that every computer system has a unique identifier, that is nothing but the IP address. IP addresses you have studied. Okay, so MAC addresses you have you already known about the MAC addresses. So they all are uniquely identified. So in small microcontroller systems, you know, the microprocessors and microcontrollers. So any gadgets that are designed for a specific purpose, that could be operated by the microcontroller. So that microcontroller will also have the unique identifier. Yes or no? So you can imagine, for an example, you can imagine the AC production unit. So every unit, every single air conditioner unit has some you know that packaging have barcodes. That barcode can be tracked. So that code is uniquely identified. Okay, on, on that gadgets also there are some numbers printed on the devices by manufacturers. Why they done these things? Because they want to know, or they want to track each and every what will say functioning of your gadget. So that's why we required the unique identifier. So every gadget has a unique identifier, and they all are getting connected through the network, and they all are exchanging data. Okay, then scope of the IoT is not just limited to the connecting things to the internet, but it allows things to communicate and exchange data, process them, as well as control them while executing application. These things I already told you. Okay, so that what happens with the data can be processed, and interesting result or interesting patterns can be extracted from the collected data. And where that data is either exchanged, communicated, or stored at the data centers, or it could be a cloud, or it could be any database management system. Okay, a dynamic global network infrastructure with self-configuring capabilities based on the standard and interoperable communication protocols, where physical and virtual things have identities, physical attributes, and use intelligent interface are seamlessly integrated into information network that communicates the data with users and environment. So this is the one kind of definition where I have explained you all these things that can be framed in one sentence, and that could be as a formal definition of the IoT. Okay. So next is characteristic of IoT. How these IoTs are meaningful or getting uh, beneficial to the mankind. Okay, so everything is getting smarter now. Okay, so your network is getting smarter, your devices is getting smarter. Okay, so how they are getting smarter? Because they are adapting the changes, they are learning, they learn from the historical experiences. Okay, so the some basic concepts of machine learning, so that is also included in your IoT domain. So while designing the devices, manufacturers are getting consideration that this device could be better, or could be become smarter by day with the changes. And how these changes happen? By learning their historical experiences. So it is dynamic network and self adapting. So I hope you understand the concept of dynamic global network and self-adapting. Self-adapting means it accept the changes. Okay, with respect to the changing context. Then self-configuration, fetching latest software updates without manual intervention. So it can self-configure. For an example, just imagine that you brought a new mobile phone, new mobile handset, and you just inserted your sim card. So automatically after switched on, you will get the message of internet data settings, and that you need to just accept it. Okay, so how this could happen? Over the network you will get that message, and your device is getting self configured. It will automatically get connected with the internet. Yes or no? So these things is being continuously changing and upgrading. So interoperable communication protocols, yes, there are some protocols, there are some rules to exchange the data, and to store the data, and to communicate with the other devices. Okay, then unique identity, as I already told you, that every gadget, every device must have unique identifier, such as IPs or URIs. Okay. Then integrated into information network, so it must allow itself to get connected with the internet, and it must exchange the data with other devices. Okay, then again there are some privacy issues and some security issues that we will discuss in lateral units. Okay, I hope you understand the IoT concepts and IoT gadgets and their workings. So you can imagine the basic building block of IoT. You can see here any IoT device, any IoT device has basically three major what will say um, functioning units. First one is the sensors. What are the role of the sensors? It collects the data. It sends the data. It collects the data continuously, sends the data. Okay. And then what this sensor does? This sensor passes the data to the processor. Okay. Through gateway. Gateway is nothing but your communication medium, whether it could be a wireless or wired media or any network type. Okay. So through this gateway, the data is passed to the processor, and what processor does process the data and gets you the results with application oriented. For what purpose you have designed this IoT device, that could be fulfilled with the application only. So for that application you require the particular interesting data, and that data, interesting data, could be fetched by the processor with the help of collecting data from sensors. I hope you understand this block structure of IoT. So today we will stop here. Thank you.